It's Friday, and as you can tell, I'm at home in my PJ pants and sweatshirt doing what is supposed to be college work. So I decided to take a break and post a YouTube video. So you'll see every once in a while I have crap straight everywhere from school. If you saw earlier on my channel, I posted my cold water challenge. This was done before the AOS Ice Bucket Challenge started. We did this, my and my cousin Amanda did this. I'm guessing she was nominated to do it. We did it for my Uncle Jeff, who passed away from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. So we did Lymphoma and Leukemia Society. I haven't been nominated, which probably is speaking so soon, for the Ice Bucket Challenge, but I posted my cold water challenge, so I don't know if I will be nominated for that, but I'm willing to do it and donate anything that I can when I can. So let's get on to today's topic. I wanted to talk about, as you can tell earlier, I said I have one of my nice big textbooks here, high school versus college, because I noticed a huge difference when it came from being in high school to college. High school, when it started, you're used to getting up at a certain time and being forced to go to school 8 hours a day, no matter what, 4 or 5 days a week. And when it takes a toll on you, you don't realize how you're used to the schedule until you become an adult and you have to find work, go to college, and adjust to society as every adult has in your world. And high school wasn't really hard for me. I loved going to school. You could see your friends, and besides lunch being, one of the best parts of the day and going home, I loved history class. My dad was a big history buff. He loved the Civil War, everything about the wars and everything. And with my grandfather being a sailor in the Navy, I think that's kind of where he got his history, or his love of history, from. So it carried on to me, because we always went somewhere. No matter what it was, we went to a history museum, historical site, or he loved trains. So we would go to the automobile and the railroad museums, and we would, walk. They had train cars you could walk in, and you could see how big the wheels are and the braking system, and the old days where you had to pump. One guy was standing here, another person was standing there, and you had to pump up and down to move the rail car. I loved it, and I still love it to this day. I have a huge list of history places I want to go. When it comes to everyday life at high school, I was in pretty much every, as you would call them, cliques. I never really had a specific one. I mean, I made a lot of friends once I got to know people. I'm a little shy when you first come up to me, but once you get me talking about certain topics and what are my likes and things, I open up more. It's just how I was, because I never knew if you would say hi to somebody and they would all of a sudden be like, no, don't talk to me. So I was always nervous of getting turned down with friends. But it was easier when you were little to make more friends, because you really didn't care. That's the only person you had. So, especially if you were the only child and you went to a daycare or something, those were the only interactions with children you had during the day. So, and getting into middle school and high school and now college, you have to open up more and you have to come out of your shell, and I'm learning to do that. So, in high school, I was part of like the geeks and the anime fans. I was in the sports because I did rugby. I did the FCCLA. Um, I was pretty much anywhere, everywhere. I did stay away. You know, I was never in the Gothics. I mean, I wear black clothes, but I'm not in all black, and it's nothing against these stereotypes or how everybody dresses. It's just what I went through in high school. Freshman year, I was told, you're told to be part of your school. Go do something in your school. Volunteer for something. Become part of a group or, club. But always do something for your school, with your school. And I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just wanted to be a kid who went to class, came home, did their homework, and went outside and played. And I had no intention of becoming part of any club at my high school. Well, it was a few weeks in, I would say, there was this man standing in the corner, and he had a rugby t-shirt on. And he was passing out flyers, and it was for a high school team. They were starting rugby teams on the peninsula here in Virginia, where I live. And I was like, you know what? I love football. Soccer I'm not a big fan of. But I was like, all right, let's go for it. I will try out. They had training tryout days. If I don't like it, I can't keep up with it. I did it, and I can move on and find something else. It's only your freshman year. It's only 2-3 weeks, maybe a month in. You still have plenty of time to meet friends. They bring you in, and they tell you, about this group. You can join. So I decided to do it. And that's what I did. I went to the training camps in December, freezing cold, in short shorts. Loved it. And it's changed my life. It's gotten me out of the house, and I've made friends, and I've learned teamwork and being part of the community and donating and helping the community by we gathered cans and we took them to one of our sponsors, which is the food bank here in Virginia, and we did that, and it was a good fit for me. Until senior year, I injured my foot freshman year, stepping in a hole on the rugby field. It had rained the day before, and the field was wet, and there was a big, huge puddle on the side. And I ran out on the field, and I stepped in it, and I twisted my ankle. But I made the mistake, and I came off the field, and I stepped right back in that same hole, and I twisted my ankle the other way. So the only ligaments I did not tear in my foot at the time was the Achilles, the one in the back on your heel, which takes the longest to heal. That was the only one. I was put in a walking cast for about a month, give or take a couple days or so. I came out of it. The doctor said it looked fine, and wear an air cast when it hurts until you build yourself back up. Kept playing on it. I was always wearing it. I was going and I was always icing it afterwards and wrapping it up. And it was getting where some days it would just be so stiff I wouldn't be able to walk on it. I would limp everywhere. And with my classes in high school being from this end of the building to this end of the building, I had to walk on it, and it was hard. But I kept playing, pushed through it. It became my senior year, and again, stepped in a hole, and I re-injured my ligaments. Come to find out, I did another MRI, and I had a doctor examine it again, and he said, you have messed up your ankle really bad. I retore all the ligaments but the Achilles and my heel, and they really never healed properly, so I was easily susceptible to injury, and somehow I ended up with what's called a bone contusion, where the heel, let's see if I can do it. Here is where your foot is, and then there's a piece, and then it goes to your bone of your leg. There's a curved bone right here where these two meet, and that's where the bone contusion was. So the bone wasn't nice and rounded or smooth like it's supposed to be. It was jagged. So when I went in for surgery on Christmas break, which probably was the biggest mistake ever, but I got it. It needed to be done, so I did it. I'm thankful for it now. I'm still working myself back up to running afterwards, but they had to wire my ligaments, and they had to scrape the bone back down, and that was the worst pain ever. All I can say is ow. I can't, people might ask me, how did you, or why, and it's ow. It hurt, and that was pretty much it. So my senior year was full of, all I did was get up, eat breakfast, go to school, come home, homework on some days, and then some days it was do all of that, but instead of coming home, I would go straight to practice. Then I'd have to come home, eat dinner, do chores, do homework, shower, and then get in the bed. And my days were like that. And then on the weekends, that's all I did was rugby. I was on my feet 24/7, always with rugby. And no matter what my weekend was filled with, I was doing something related to rugby. And I thank everyone who was part of rugby with me. It's a great experience. My next section or topic part of this video I want to get at is college and becoming an adult. I was one of those kids, I wanted to go away so bad for college. And I was applying to colleges and I wasn't getting into them, so I was all upset. And I said, by the end of it, it was time. Everybody was leaving to go to college. The freshmen leave earlier. And I just said, you know what? I'm going to take a year off. I'm going to find work. I'm going to be able to pay for stuff for college. And I'm going to enjoy home. Living, I shouldn't say living at home, but living, doing things that I want to do before I go away. I've taken that year off, and all of my friends who are in college and who've been away at universities, they're on to their junior year, and I'm only here my sophomore year, and I probably won't graduate until at least 2017, 2018. I regret my decision on waiting a year, but that year I took off made me realize, yeah, you can go to high school and get your high school diploma and apply for a job, but you won't get picked. This day and age, it seems like no matter what, unless you work in fast food, you need a degree. When you get higher up in the company, if you're going into the marketing and sales and all of that, you're gonna need a degree. And if you don't have one and you want to, you're gonna need to go back to school. And I found that out the hard way by taking that year off. Even if you want to go away to college at a big university, you don't have to start in the fall. Maybe take that time to really, spend time with family that you want to. Maybe take a trip or something that you've always wanted to do. Go somewhere you wanted to go. And then start in the spring if that is available. Definitely a change. It's a good change because you're doing something in your life that you need to do for you. And if you are planning on getting married and having children, it's going to benefit them in the long run. Being dyslexic, I've had to ask for help, and I never ask for help. I'm one of those people, I like to get it done. I get it done by myself because I know once it's done, it's done. It's out of the way. I don't have to worry about it. Nobody's coming and chomping at my ass to get it done because it's already done. Program, I'm doing about 2 years at a community college, which I have on my shirt, which is Thomas Nelson Community College here in Hampton, Virginia. I enjoy it. It's the right choice for me, especially getting into the routine of a little bit harder classes, structures, and how teachers work, and how the submitting of things online classes, how to take tests online, carrying around these nice, heavy, very expensive textbooks. And if you're a little scared or nervous to head to a university, if your community college offers a 2-for-4 program, or to where you can take your basic classes at a community college and then transfer those credits to the university, I've had classes with older people trying to go back to class. I've had kids in my class who just graduated and it's their first semester. There's a lot of military at my community college, and there's a lot of people who they started their degree, they got married, they had families, they're coming back, or they never finished their degree, or their company is paying for them to get a degree. It's a widespread, and I hope this video serves you well today. I'm still learning the YouTube thing. Me in the description below, I will put my Twitter and my Instagram if any of y'all want to follow. Also, comment below your experiences in high school and college. I want to see how everybody else is adjusting or what they went through. As well, please comment any topics. A lot of things I want to talk about, and it's just my opinion on things, and it's nice to share my opinion because I'm only one person in this big world that we live in, and I want to share it with you guys. So comment below topics and I will see what we can do. As well, I have a couple topics I want to talk about. I thank you for watching. Again, everything's going to be below in the description. I will see you